I made $35,000 with just one simple email for my client that took me less than 30 minutes to write. And in this video, I'm not only going to show you exactly how, but I'm also going to give you the step-by-step behind exactly how I got my client and how I'm able to earn over 10K per month with copywriting. Now, if this is your first time hearing of copywriting or you're just not up to speed yet, allow me to fill you in. Copywriting is essentially just synonymous with digital marketing. You probably already know what copywriters do, you just don't call it copywriting. So all the ads that you see or all of the emails that are in your inbox that try to get you to buy something, that is copywriting. It is essentially just sales in the word form. And as a side note, no, copywriting has nothing to do with copyright law or infringing on intellectual property or anything of that nature. It essentially is, yes, just writing words that sell. And now because I can write these highly persuasive words that end up making people money, like $35,000 with one email, I'm able to earn over $3,000 per client. And with these clients, I can work for 3 or 4 of them and make over 10K per month. And that is exactly not only what I did, but also what I've taught multiple students how to do on this very channel. So if you want to get into the details on how you can get started, then come with me and let's not waste any more time. So here's exactly how email marketing works. All right, here's the Cliff Notes version. Emails are collected when people download a free resource, sign up for a valuable newsletter, and also buy something. All right. So whenever you buy something from a business or you sign up to their newsletter or their email list, essentially they have a whole bunch of email addresses that is called their email list. Like I says here, this collection of email addresses is called an email list. These email lists have thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of contacts. Using what's called an email service provider, just a software basically, businesses are able to send emails to thousands of contacts on their list. This is my own email list, for example, with over 100,000 contacts in it. I have a smaller to medium-sized email list. I work with businesses that are making tens of millions of dollars per year. Mine is nowhere near that quite yet. So broadcast emails are emails that go out to all of the list or a portion of the list. So you can essentially just write an email, put it in their service provider, click send to all, and just watch the sales come in. And then this is exactly what I did. So not only am I actually going to show you the email that made all this money, but I'm also going to show you how to go ahead and start copywriting and also how to get your first copywriting client, which is probably one of the most hardest parts of the copywriting journey, but it's pretty simple if you know how to do it. So make sure you stick around to the very end of the video. So here are some of the results or reactions that I've been able to get from my clients. And the reason why I say reactions is because, well, You'll see, okay? You'll see exactly how business owners react when you take their email list or take their email marketing from something that's not really working that well for them and actually make it work for them. So let's take a look here. Client number 1. Now this was a voice note that they actually sent to me, but it was able to be transcribed in, I think this is Slack, which is basically just a form of messaging for businesses. Tyson, I don't know what you did, but the emails are absolutely freaking blowing up. So you have like 10 leads to send calendars to tomorrow morning to book them, and make sure you get all those people onto your tracker. Make sure they get the link and make sure they get booked on the call. Follow up hardcore. Everybody that's ever raised their hand, dude, you can make some serious cash doing this. Like, I've never seen our email blow up like this before. Dude, you're crushing it. And then from someone else on the marketing team, actually the head of the marketing, CMO, said, channel, like everybody in the marketing, let's give it up for Tyson. All these leads from email. And then he sent a screenshot of all the huge list of leads that I got from email. So essentially I sent out this email and then tons and tons and tons of people, 10 so far by the time this guy sent me this message, and they all wanted to get into their high ticket program. So I'll get into this context a little bit as we go, but this is just one of my many clients who have sent me a really excited message just like this, but there's more. Damn, Tyson, damn, dude, Tyson, whatever you've done, do it again. If we get 4 daily like that, meaning 4 booked calls, and Peter gets them all to attend, we get a close a day. Now this was for a $2,000 product. So $2,000 per day is $60,000 by the end of the month. It is smart to pay somebody $3,000 or $4,000 per month if they're making you over $60,000 per month. But going back to this example up here, these guys actually have a $7,000 program. $7,000, and I got 10 people to book calls, super eager to join. All right, so that's a potential 70,000. Even if they only close half, that's 35,000. Hence the title of this video. So we're gonna move on. to another client. So essentially I have this screenshot here where he's saying he's going to go for $1 million, right? His goal is to make $1 million with his next mastermind. This is a real estate mastermind, and he's going to charge anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 per person for the mastermind. Now, while this might sound like crazy numbers, right? Who's going to pay $7,000 for a mastermind or $10,000 for a mastermind? Guys, this is so that people can make money with real estate. So the return on investment is far going to outweigh their initial money that they put into it, okay? So they're learning how to do real estate so that they can make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars per year. So, which means we would have to sell around 125 to 150 seats, which I think is extremely doable if we have the right machine in place. So he's essentially just telling me about what it's gonna look like. And then once we get to the emails, sending the emails, bro, I just knew it. Your email was sent out and I got mad responses of people wanting to sign up. Even more leads for an even higher ticket price. This guy, we hit well over $1 million in his first mastermind, and he does these every single year. It is absolutely nuts. It is just completely nuts. And this is what emails can do. This is what just writing simple emails can do. And if you want to know what a simple email looks like, I'm about to show you. Why am I able to get such incredible results for my clients? Because my emails revoke responses like this. Right? People love reading the emails. Nah, Tyson, this email is the best. Pretty funny as well. Thanks for the motivation. These are emails that I send to my own email list. You're the only one who can give a ton of value by email. By the way, I like your humor. Thanks, G. Holy crap, this email is a banger, LMAO, right? This is what people send me to my emails every single day because I send out emails to my list and they appreciate it because they're valuable and they're funny as well. As a pro tip, the goal of copywriting sometimes is not to sell. Instead, you must first entertain people, give them value, and then inspire action. Translation, think of each of your emails like an Apple store. As you can see, you can try on the headphones. They probably got a spot where you can try on those little Apple goggles or whatever they are. People wander into the Apple store with no intention of buying at all. They just want to go in and look at the shiny new phones. Most of the time, they don't buy, but sometimes they do, even when they have no intention of buying. And that's simply because of the power of proximity. The more time people spend browsing the Apple Store, the more likely they are to buy. The more valuable and read-worthy your emails are, the more money you'll make as a copywriter. And that is key, okay? Writing emails that give people value, that teach people something that they can use to actually help them in whatever their goal is, depending on what your service is. As you can see, the services I was actually writing for up top were real estate here, business opportunity here, and business to business consulting coaching up here at the top. So somewhat different, but all realistically in the finance niche. That's what I wrote for. Now, before we get into the actual email, just one last thing. For those who want to learn copywriting for free, I have free courses that you'll not only love, but have also been able to get people copywriting clients in as little as 72 hours if you really want to start this and you really want to start making money with it, okay? As you can see, this is exactly what it looks like. You get tons of courses in here, and this is what people are saying about it. Bro, you have no idea how much this is going to change my life. I literally was about to purchase a $900 course when I stumbled upon your video. This other guy said, this free course is better than most paid courses. It's practical stuff straight from personal experience. It's now my reference notes as I grow. Thanks a million. All right. So this is just from the free courses. The free courses are helping people actually start copywriting and make money. So the link to the free copy starter kit is down below in the description if you want to go and download it. So here is the email in question. So for context, right? This is a business to business consulting offer. Fancy word for a business that says, I will help you grow your business because I've grown businesses all the time and I grow my own business. That's essentially what it is, right? In a very, very simple state. They sell a $7,000 product. With one email, got 10 people wanting to book calls. The average closing rate is 50%. Therefore, it could be $70,000 if they all bought, which is 10 people, which usually doesn't happen. So if they got a 50% close, then that is $35,000 just from one email. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm making them $35,000 every single day because you only promote every once in a while. Again, with email, you don't want to just spam people and say, buy now, buy now, buy now, because that's annoying. That's literal spam. That is literally what spam looks like. So by sending value emails most of the time, and every once in a while, a sales email or a promotion email, now we're bringing in $30,000 to $35,000 every week or two, or twice a week even, just by writing and sending emails on top of all the revenue they're making on other client acquisition channels. So we're gonna go through the actual email here and check it out and really break it down. Subject line, useless metrics. Hey, first name. The other day, one of my friends was going on about, I got 80 booked calls last month just from LinkedIn. Okay, not bad, but how many of those 80 booked calls showed up? I asked him. About 30? 50 no-shows? That's interesting. And how many of those 30 calls were qualified? About 10, he said, as his enthusiasm began to fade. Out of those 10, how many did you close? Well, none closed technically, but we're going to be following up and closing them in the future. I immediately recognized his effort to cope with the reality of the situation. 80 booked calls from LinkedIn, $0 collected, and a whole lot of wasted time and effort. This is something I see a lot of in the coaching industry. Coaches focus on numbers that really don't mean anything. It's better to book one call and get one sale than booking 100 calls and getting 0 sales. That's why you need a system that fills your pipeline with ready to buy leads, not people who don't understand your offer, have $0, or are just tire kicking and hopping on random sales calls. A better strategy means better leads, and better leads means more sales and less wasted time. The only things that separate a thriving business from a struggling one are offer, messaging, sales, and systems. And if just one of these pillars isn't set up correctly, it's going to end up costing you tons of time, money, and unneeded stress. So if you want to get some $0 help tracking down which of these could be holding you back, reply to this email with the word me. We'll help you create an action plan that you can use to start scaling your business within the next couple of days by tracking the metrics that count. So let's get you bringing in those 10K, 30K, and even 50K a month and working with clients who love and respect you. Talk soon. First name. Okay, so everything in here is pretty simple, although you might get lost in a couple parts because it's talking about business to business consulting. Now, if you don't know much about business to business consulting, it's going to be rather confusing because you're not going to know what the subject matter is about, but essentially you get the gist, right? You know, you put out ads on something like LinkedIn, people get people who are interested, but there's no use in getting people to book calls if they're not actually going to buy. So you need to make sure that you have high intent buyers. You do that by mastering these 4 things. If you want to know how to master these 4 things in a super simple way, then hop on a call with me. This call is essentially a value call, and at the end, they go ahead and ask them if they'd be interested to hop into their 7K program. The person either says yes or either says no. If they say yes, they're open to hearing about it, then they'll go through the sales call. So I'll go through a couple of spots here and we'll kind of break down the email and why it works. So in the very beginning, right, I tell a little bit of a story. Now, stories are extremely important in copywriting and in marketing in general because people insert themselves into stories. So this is the best way to teach people lessons and just overall shift people's beliefs to where they need to be to become in a buying state, right? So over here, I essentially just give the bottom line of what the whole story is. 80 booked calls from LinkedIn and $0 collected, right? That's essentially the whole conversation and what it looks like. It's better to book one call and get one sale than booking 100 calls and getting 0 sales. Again, this is the main learning lesson. This is why it's bolded. Essentially, I bold all the things that people need to read in order to understand the whole email. Because when people are just scrolling through, they're not going to be reading every single word, most likely. They're going to be skimming. So these bolded ones are the skim stoppers, and essentially they help so that they can still understand the email even if they just read the bolded text. And we move on. Offer plus messaging plus sales plus systems. Here, I essentially give them a super simplified answer on how they can grow their business. I tell them what to do, but I don't go into the specifics of how, because how is through the CTA, the call to action. Now, I move on. I talk about if you want some $0 help tracking down which of these could be holding you back. So $0 help is obviously a risk reversal, so it makes it seem less risky. Like, oh, okay, this is a free way to help my business. Reply with the word me. Now, all the people who replied, again, we're going to send them calendars, get them on calls, and overall, we're going to give them value and probably pitch them at the end as well. And that's basically it. That's basically all there is to describe. Now, with that being said, yes, it is a super simple email, but again, just a brand new complete beginner is probably not going to be able to write that for a couple reasons. One is about business, right? And if you haven't run a business or been in business, like any person off the street is probably not going to be able to write this because they don't understand the industry. They don't understand who I'm writing for. Also, as you can see, this is written in like copy terms, meaning, one line, one line, one line. It flows in a specific way. It follows a specific structure, right? So while it is super simple, essentially you do have to learn copywriting and you do have to build the skill. This answers the question of, well, why wouldn't you just hire somebody from overseas to do it for $5 an email? And the reason why is because they're not going to be able to do very good. They're not going to understand anything. They're not going to be good at copywriting. They're not going to get the skill. They're probably not going to be that good at English either, okay? So if you yourself are really ready, willing, and able to learn and master the craft of copywriting, you can write simple emails like this quickly that make your clients a lot of money. Now, before I get into how to close copywriting clients and that part, even if you're a beginner, you should know that yes, this is possible for you. But what about this country? But what if I'm this years old? Yes, it can still work from you. We have people from all over, many different countries, and also many different ages making money with copywriting as well. And I'm far from the only one out here making money with email copywriting. So I have some other example here as well. So just from watching my free YouTube content and getting the free copy starter kit, which again is down below in the description, our friend Quinn over here did his first $2,500 month client, and he's on track to hit $5,000 per month. And he just started in September, and it is literally October right now, so about a month ago. And these are my personal one-to-one students. One of my students said they agreed to a $1,000 discovery project. He will build out a welcome email sequence for them. So $1,000 for 8 emails. 8 emails, and that's it. He'll also get 50% commission on every sale. And he's looking to close them on just like a monthly deal in the future where he'll probably be earning $2,000 or $3,000 per month just from this one client. And this is his 8th client so far. Dude is absolutely killing the game. And another one of my students who's already made $10,000 from copywriting already. Now, every time I bring up my one-to-one, everybody always DMs me, bro, how do I join? How do I join? How do I join? How do I become one of your students? I don't talk about it much in my videos, but the link is down below in the description. It is the very first link that you will see down there. You'll click on it, and on that page, it will show you literally everything about it, what it looks like, and where you can apply, and all the rest. But now that you know exactly what copywriting looks like, you know about email marketing, you know all the basics. If you want to know how to get copywriting clients, here is the overview. Number one, you have to use a platform like YouTube or Instagram to find your potential clients. Number two, you have to outreach to them through either email or Instagram, most likely, to get their attention. 3, you have to offer them some sort of value or prove your copywriting skill. So essentially you send them over some emails or send them over a landing page or anything else you can do with your copywriting, and they are going to love it so much that you go to step number 4, which is to get them on a call, right? This is essentially a sales call. On the call, you pitch them a small discovery project. All this means is something like 8 emails or 4 emails or writing them a landing page. And this is just something for a few $100, $400 or $600. This is literally nothing to a business, and it will help you get your foot in the door. You'll gain experience and you'll start to make money, and you'll see that it's possible. Next is that you get paid from multiple clients, 2 to 4K per month. And like I've told you before, multiple copywriters have been able to make over 10K per month with copywriting. I actually have a few interviews on this very channel that shows them doing it. Now, is this exact business model going to make you a millionaire? Can you make $100,000 per month doing this exact same thing? Probably not. But it certainly can help you get there eventually. Every business owner understands marketing and how to write copy. And copywriting is essentially just that. It is an introduction to digital marketing. So does getting clients sound simple? It is. But does it sound easy? It ain't. But I got you. I will show you exactly how. This is the 1-hour free outreach course on how to get to 3K per month with copywriting as soon as possible. It is on my channel. I'll put it on screen now, but I'll also put it, remember, down below in the free copy starter kit that you can go and download all the free courses all at once. You can watch them all there. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. And of course, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.